What's going on, everyone? Today we have got a brand new tactic here on the channel that I have been working on for quite a bit. Probably the most in-depth that I've gone for a tactic, and it definitely paid off because the last tactic that I made, if y'all remember, was my power of the orange 4-2-3-1. This is also a 4-2-3-1, but this blows that tactic away, and that was one of my best tactics this year. Now, if you wish to download the tactic that you will see here in today's video, I'll be having a link down below in the description to my Discord. That is where you're going to be able to download it from. But now, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. So, for today's tactic, I ended up testing with Feyenoord, Sporting, as well as Aston Villa. And keep in mind, all of the testing was done while on holiday, so I didn't have any effect with how the players played, didn't do any in-game shouts, and I also didn't do any signings. All this is just based off of how they perform with the tactic. Which is why the results here that you currently see on screen with Feyenoord is absolutely insane. Not only did they win the league, they got to a Champions League final. Unfortunately, they were runners-up. They won the cup, and they were runners-up in the Johan Cruyff Schal. Only a couple goals away from a potential quadruple. In the Champions League, they ended up topping a group that included Arsenal, RC Lens, and Red Star Belgrade. In the round of 16, they ended up knocking out FC Porto. In the quarterfinals, they knocked out Manchester City. Semifinals, they knocked out PSG. And unfortunately lost 1-0 in the final to Bayern Munich. Which right away, being that this was done on holiday, I can tell that with this tactic, it has that it factor to help you win any trophy you can dream of. Because with Aston Villa, they ended up finishing in 6th in the league, but were runners-up in the Conference League, won the FA Cup, and won the Carabao Cup, which is an absolutely incredible season for them. Which I did run this test multiple times, and Feyenoord in this test, along with Aston Villa, they ended up winning the league once again. They won the cup and they won the Johan Cruyff Schal while getting to the quarterfinals of the Champions League. But like I said, I also tested with Sporting in Portugal, and how did they do? They went invincible with it in the league with a 4-2-3-1, which they do not play a 4-2-3-1 in reality, so I was kind of forcing them to do this. They did absolutely fantastic with it, as we can tell by them not dropping a single game. They also added the Lions Cup along with that, making it a double. So when it comes to player contribution with this tactic, what are the goal numbers and the assist numbers like? Goal numbers wise, everyone is contributing. There were 4 double-digit goal scorers here with Sporting. The highest total being with Mr. Victor Gyökeres with 33. And then when it comes to the assists, there were 6 different players with double-digit assists, which is absolutely fantastic. One of those being Mr. Nuno Santos, who was absolutely fantastic with 14 goals, 17 assists, and Pedro Gonçalves with 25 goals and 16 assists. When it came to Aston Villa, they decided to double the amount of double-digit goal-scoring players. They ended up having 8 players scoring double-digit goals, the highest total being Ali Watkins with 23, and Mr. Jacob Ramsey even contributed with 21. And then they also had one more player contributing with double-digit assists, as they had 7 players with double-digit assists, the highest being Leon Bailey with 15, and Emi Buendia with 13 coming in after him. When it came to Feyenoord in that season where they almost won the quadruple, they ended up having 5 players with double-digit goals, the highest being Santiago Jimenez with 34 goals, and Andre Linger came in second with 23. Assist-wise, they only had 4 players with double-digit assists, the highest, once again, being Andre Linger here with 22, but a lot of players contributing in the assist column, as only 3 players did not register an assist. Not only is this tactic going to guarantee plenty of trophies, but it's also going to guarantee plenty of goals, as well as being one of the best dribbling outfits in the league with a very solid defense. So when it comes to the tactic, I was kind of inspired by 2 different tactical systems within Europe. One was the Sporting tactic system under Ruben Amorim, and the other was the Man City system under Pep Guardiola. I wanted to ensure that we always had 3 at the back in this system, kind of like Sporting does, but also when we're in attack, I wanted to have at least 5 people in attack like Man City. So that led me to creating this system right here that you currently see. It looks way different than the previous 2 that you saw on screen. The Man City one being the one in build-up, and then the one with Sporting being the one just how the formation kind of looks overall. You'll notice this system is asymmetric, but you'll also notice that it is a asymmetric 4-2-3-1. Now remember I said I wanted to have at least 5 people and attack when we are in build-up, as well as at least 3 players back in defense at all times. And when looking at this on the face of things, it doesn't really look like it's going to allow us to do that, but the roles are what are going to allow us to do that. The reason why I have this gap right here between the winger and the shadow striker underneath the advanced forward is because the segundo volante is going to slide up into this space, creating that 5 up front. The inverted wingback is going to slide into the defensive midfield with the ball winning midfielder. This ball playing defender is going to go wider. This one goes more central, and the inverted fullback comes in, creating that 3-2-5. But what is great about the striker is that it doesn't just stay over here on the left, it moves into channels, so it can operate in all areas up front. And what is also nice about this tactic is that, yes, I did say I want at least 3 players back at all times, but sometimes when we are able to do so, one of the ball playing defenders is going to pinch up. It might be the one on the left, it might be the one more centrally, but one of them will pinch up from time to time, as we will see here in a moment. But when in build up, the wingers are staying out wide. They're going to supply that width. The striker is going to be staying within the box, most likely staying more centrally. Segundo volante is going to be on the outside of the box. Same with the shadow striker. Sometimes they will go in the box. The inverted wingback is going to slide up with the ball winning midfielder. The ball playing defenders come up along with that inverted fullback as well. And with this tactic, they're going to be looking to kind of expose the space that your opponent is giving them. And one way they do that is from the duo of the shadow striker and the winger. It is an absolutely fantastic duo. The winger creates out wide. The shadow striker is sitting a tiny bit deeper. He can't go into the box if he wants to though. But say the winger has the ball, he moves the ball off to the shadow striker. Shadow striker is sitting a little bit deeper in this case. That winger then cuts inside. The shadow striker then exploits that, plays a through ball to the winger, he goes in and scores, which you'll actually see that live on replay in a moment. And this tactic as a whole allows for high creativity, great goal scoring output, and total team football, especially in the defensive aspect. So here we're about to see a highlight between Feyenoord and Man City. Feyenoord ended up winning this match 3-0, sending them through to the semi-final of the Champions League. The player whose name you currently see highlighted is our inverted wingback, Hartman. Number 4 over here is Gertrudia. He is our inverted fullback. We then have one of our ball playing defenders back here because the other one has pushed up. Then number 30, that is our segundo volante because our ball winning midfielder is currently pushed up as well. So that back 5, technically, once it turns into that, they are all interchangeable and can do each other's duty. But while we see this play out, Hartman is going to take the ball wide, whip it in, Igor Paisho gets the rebound, plays it to Calvin Stangs, and they go up 2-0. Which that showcases that even our inverted wingback has the ability to exploit the space, especially out wide. Now these next few highlights are from a game for Aston Villa. It is the EFL Cup final, aka the Carabao Cup final, where they ended up beating Newcastle United 4-0. Now this first goal of the game is a little bit chaotic, so I'll let it play out for you right now. Now this next goal is going to highlight the link-up play between the shadow striker and the winger on the right side. The winger, as we can see highlighted right now, is Mr. McGinn. Then the shadow striker is Mr. Ramsey. McGinn takes it out wide, see Ramsey sag off a little bit. Ramsey then cuts and plays McGinn through, and McGinn slots it home. Our third goal of the game is going to be coming due to our press and intensity, and Ollie Watkins doing a great job of winning that ball. And after we won that ball through the play from Ollie Watkins, we then saw the link up between Ramsey and McGinn once again, the shadow striker and the right winger. And for the fourth and final goal, which sealed the deal for Aston Villa, helping them lift that Carabao Cup, they linked up once again. However, this time it was Ramsey and Emi Buendia. So the initial play starts with Tyrone Mings. He moves the ball off to Moreno, who quickly moves it to Luis, quickly moves it to Ramsey, exploits the space behind the defender for Buendia, and Buendia slots it home, making it 4-0. So as we can see already, the shadow striker and winger combo down that right hand side is going to be very dangerous for this tactic. Now when it comes to the sporting clips, what are we going to be highlighting with them? We're going to be highlighting the impact that the segundo volante has within a match. The player that you currently see here on the left side of the screen is Daniel Bragança. He is playing the Segundo Volante role. Definitely make sure to keep an eye on him throughout these highlights, which I'm now going to let roll for you right now, as Sporting will be beating Benfica 4-0 within this match. Now that is a team that can showcase excellent team play and a role that can showcase that it has excellent goal scoring prowess along with great creativity. So now that we've gone over all of that good stuff, let's go ahead and get into the tactic finally within FM. So the name file you're going to be looking for is Gormy's ASYM 4231 target practice. Now this tactic features an advanced forward on attack up top with 2 wingers on attack out wide. You have a shadow striker on attack as well, slightly offset from the striker. Then you have a Segundo Volante on support paired with a ball-winning midfielder on support, an inverted wingback on support, 2 ball-point defenders on defend, an inverted fullback on defend, and a sweeper keeper on defend. With the advanced forward, I did not add anything to them. They are left as is. Both wingers on attack have crosses aimed at center and shoot more often. The shadow striker on attack has shoot more often. The Segundo Volante on support is moved in channels and tackle harder. The ball-winning midfielder on support is left as is. The inverted wingback on support is also left as is. Same with those ball-playing defenders, they are left untouched, as is the inverted fullback on defend and the sweeper keeper on defend. When it comes to the mentality, we end up using an attacking mentality. When we're in possession, we have fairly narrow attacking width. We play out from the defense, and we look for underlaps on the left from the inverted wingback or the Segundo Volante. We use low crosses in the final third, and we work the ball into the box while having shorter passing directness and slightly higher tempo. When in transition, we counter press and counter and distribute to the fullbacks and center backs. Once we are out of possession, we have a high press line of engagement, a higher defensive line, and more often trigger press. This tactic is absolutely fantastic and a whole lot of fun. I've personally been using it in the save, and it is just absolutely redonkulous with how good the team plays. I truly feel this tactic can be used at any level, so you could be using it with a Luton Town to try and help you stay up within the Premier League, or you can use it with an elite side like a Manchester City or Real Madrid, which in that case, you probably won't lose many games and you will score a ridiculous amount of goals. However, there are 2 tweaks that I do suggest if you are wanting to score some goals late and you might need to rescue a draw. Those 2 tweaks are pretty simple. You just change the Segundo Volante on support to Segundo Volante on attack, and do the same with that inverted wingback. You take it from support to attack as well, which in turn just makes it a little bit more aggressive and a little bit more urgency from your players to try and get that goal for you. But there we have it for today's tactic. I know it's been a while since I've done one, but I want to make sure when we had one, it was an absolute banger, and this is exactly that for all you. So if you wish to download this tactic and give it a go yourself, I'll be linking my Discord down below in the description. That is where you're going to be able to download it from. But if you have enjoyed today's video, please feel free, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribing is 100% free, so why not hit that sub button. On this side of the screen, I will be linking my most recent video, and on this side of the screen, a playlist of all the tactics that I've done this year so far within FM24. But until next time, everyone, have a good one. Bye-bye.